no one ever knew where he came from. He was the me that I could have been if I never gave up. Above the noise, hidden in the chaos. The dreamer who worked when we all slept. Lando. Hello everyone, and welcome to the YouTube. My name is Lando, also known as Lando.cbr. I'm on Instagram and TikTok. And yeah, super excited to be diving into this. I think it'll be really good to kind of see a little more long form content, and also kind of dive into a little more of my personality, my mentality, my lifestyle, as well as just kind of make it like a longer cinematic thing. So just really excited to dive into this, and I hope you all enjoy. Man, I love it. Sometimes you just need the isolation. Just need to lock in. It's just you and your thoughts, you know? Oh man. You know, just follow your own path, your own journey. Nothing else matters. Just you and your goals. And food. There we go. There we go. There we go. Put some real weight on. I think you guys will see something that I really struggle with is finding balance, especially when I'm chasing something. Yeah, last year I was working tons of hours, working hard on content all the time. I mean, I'd sacrifice sleep, I'd forget to eat sometimes, but I reached every single goal that I wanted to reach. And so there's that level of obsession. Like you kind of have to be. I think Conor McGregor says like you have to be kind of gone up here, and I think that. Like there's some truth to that. Like you have to be so obsessed. You have to be willing to take things to the next level. You got to be willing to work harder than anyone else will even think about. If you really want to reach that goal and be kind of at the top of anything you want to do. But also there's that sense of you can't be at that pace forever. Like I think we'll see it a lot in sports. Like people go absolutely like to the next level for like 2-3 years, like a full sprint, and then they kind of drop off. They kind of realize that there's more to life and find some balance. But I don't know. I don't know if there's really a right answer to it yet, at least that I've figured out in my head yet. But for now, I mean, you guys will see I'm very seasonal when it comes to my work. Some might say slightly inconsistent, but what I think it's for me, that's what balance is. Like I'll lock in for 3 to 6 months. You guys will see my content for 3 to 6 months. And then what I've learned is that I need to take breaks. So I took, I think, 2 months off. I posted maybe like 2 things during that time. But during that time, I didn't post and I didn't have the pressure to post. And all I did was focus on my editing, focus on my angles, focus on just finding the creativity and the love for the work that I could. And then also obviously enjoying my life. You know, I traveled a bit, worked out a lot, all that. But then that made me so much more locked in for this next round of content, and this next round of just chasing something, and the pursuit of excellence. So I think that for me, that's what balance looks like. You know, having these sprints and then slowing down, still being productive, but slowing down, taking a step back, so I can take 2 steps forward. So you guys will definitely see that a lot, and hopefully it all makes sense. hopefully you guys you'll learn something from just the way I personally approach my content. A bit more about me is that in terms of what I do for work, I work as an EMT for an ambulance company. I'm actually working at our base gym right now. But yeah, I work as an EMT, and I think that it's been really good in terms of just putting life into perspective. Life is short. A lot of things can happen, and I think that we really have to. It's kind of like the duality of man. Like there's this side where it's like, you guys will see on Instagram, like, oh, like I'm Batman, like the city needs me. It's kind of like dark, moody, like locked in kind of mentality. But on the other side, it's this, just enjoy it. Just breathe, relax, spend time with your family. And I think that we kind of have to find a balance between those two. Because it's like on one side, you have to chase your goals. You have to do whatever it takes. You have to like really be obsessed and work hard. But on the other side, you have to find, just some time to enjoy it. Just enjoy the little things, go on that walk, spend that time with your family and friends. Like you just have to do it both. And I think that I've really worked hard on finding that balance. I think especially last year when I was posting every day. I guess I'm posting every day right now, but I feel a lot more balanced now than before. I think before it was rough because I was working a lot. I was working nights, days, everything. Just to prep for grad school, so I needed more like hours. So I was working. I do night shift, sleep for 30 minutes, post, and then I'd eat my breakfast, go to day shift, go home, edit, and then sleep, and then wake up for day shift the next day. And I basically just kept doing that over and over and over for about 6 months last year. I think that's like that was me being like truly obsessed, truly locked in. Which was a really good thing. That's like for me, I've definitely have like a one-track mind once I lock into a goal. But at the same time, there wasn't enough balance. Yeah, I don't know, this is the first time I'm using this mic. I haven't really worked with mics in the past, so I'm pretty excited to have a little bit of a voiceover, a little bit of audio. You guys can kind of see a little bit more of who I am, etc. Obviously, I usually make shots, but just warming up. Yeah, I think that something you guys will definitely see a lot. Oh, geez, it rained last night. Yeah, I think today might be just a dribbling and focusing on the handle step day. But like I said, hopefully something you guys learn. Hopefully what you guys kind of see is that I really try and focus on the mobility, like my mobility, my agility, my coordination, all that kind of work. I feel like, especially when we look at social media, we see a lot of oh, he lifts heavy weights, like. And then usually when we think of hybrid training, I mean, what we think of is like marathon running. I think while running is really important, I also think other things like hand-eye coordination, balance, single leg balance, all that kind of work is all pretty important in the long run. Yeah, I think a big part of it, I think, is also kind of what I do in terms of my profession. I work as an EMT for a private ambulance company, and I mean, something we see a lot is that, we see a lot of older patients who could just really benefit from, having some sort of agility training, not agility training, but just like focusing on the coordination and figuring, working on the fundamentals, their base, their stability, so that they're not falling all the time. And I think that something as I get older, what I want to focus on is just having just having a good base, a good foundation in terms of just the basics, moving around. It's tough, but you know, tomorrow we get up and do it all over again, you know? So, you guys have a good night. Hopefully you enjoyed the first YouTube video. I'm gonna get some sleep in a little bit. But, yeah, be on the lookout for content next Sunday. Good night.